Hello, and welcome back. As you can tell, we're kind of back in, you know, Caleron because, well, I wandered off and may or may not have gotten exploded, got annoyed. I don't want to dock, I want to leave. And I may or may not have, like, just exited out of the game without realizing that the whole safe thing is going to be a factor, so I am kind of back to Caleron, so we're moving again, and we're trying to still go west in this direction here in hopes that we'll find Avon. I think the port of Avon is what we're looking for so that we can get some stuff to deliver to Meg something. Ooh, broken ship. I'll take that. The bittersweet area. Lovely. We discovered the remains of an old locomotive, the victim of one of the innumerable perils of the sky. Sounds lovely. A wreck gleams with frost. The windows are dark, its engine silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. We don't need to repair our hull. So why don't we try to break in? It's only 32% chance of success. It'll fail, but whatever. Failure! Duh. Oh crap. Oh crap. Your crew attach cables to the wreck to hold it steady as they pry apart the doors. A sudden gust of wind rocks both vessels, and a young man straining at the pry bar slips. He cries out, his hand mangled in a torn edge of metal. He's likely to lose his fingers. The treasure you retrieve from the hold will do very little comfort for him. Did we actually get stuff? Oh, we did. We got a clasp jewelry box. Something precious has been concealed. I now have one Salon stewed gossip. The sheaf of letters fall with from the compartment. So no jewelry. We got gossip and ended up losing a crew member as a result. Oh, that's not a very good trade now, is it? It's not what I'm happy with. No, we're going this way. Turn, Daniel. Oh dear Lord. You know what? The whole traveling across the skies in a train thing is a lot more perilous than I imagined. I mean, look, just because I didn't save the game, I did get a reload of my last save, which was like at the port, as it always does, I think. Which means that I've kind of undone the, I've cheated my way to get like through death. But oh, no, why, no. Stand out and explore. Oh yeah, we won. Barely. Star Maddened Explorer is defeated. The crew of its weathered engine have been driven mad by winds and stars and the things that haunt the sky. Perhaps the engine was transporting something valuable? Get a random... Yeah, you know what? Let's get a random treasure. I've got 40% of chance of getting a crew member, but I've got 9 at the moment. And I need minimum of 7, so I've got 2 I can spare. That sounds so bad. But I'm gonna go for the loot. What could it be? A faintly luminescent cage. Light bursts from within. I now have 2 uncanny specimens. The things being transported in the cage did not survive the journey, though they still glow faintly. So I'm guessing it's like really, really odd creatures that kind of like are around in this crazy world. I think we're kind of like really at the edge of civilization here, or definitely at the edge of this map. So I thought this map was huge and like it was big enough. Can we run away? Is that a... Oh my god, that does not look good. The crew looks terrified, but the driver is thrilled. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go for it. It's better than getting shot. What is that? No, I don't know. That looks like a tornado. That looks awesome. And the noise is actually quite terrifying. It's not like pulling at my ship or anything. I mean, like, what the fuck is that? Oh my god! 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 Well, there you go! Our first death! We die. We die. The cold takes you. The heart cracks. The sky pours in. We have died. But not all is lost. They managed to reclaim Orphean. Spatchcock reclaimed locomotive. Your predecessor worked for the Empire. To honor their establishment and affiliations, you have been given a generous gift. The bank, after funeral expenses, passed on what was left from their estate. But possibly inaccurate, a copy of the predecessor's chart was discovered. When all is done, you'll be a wiser person than the previous captain started out as. That's true enough, and I guess this is kind of like the rogue-light element. I've inherited 25 sovereigns, which is nothing. And I've got some of the gossip, which I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I can acquire these at the company house, so I can buy them at the company house, I'm guessing. Oh, and it's tempting me to adjust the difficulty. I've already got it set as low as possible. This game is not easy. Maybe I'm just bad at it. I'm not going to think over this too much. I'm just going to go straight for exactly the same as my previous choices. But I'm going to go for this rather fetching hat. Messy hair, brow that's not got glasses on it, a normal nose, normal chin. Oh my god, that nose is huge compared to that chin. Smaller nose, please. There we go. Nose 12. I've got to remember that. I think that's the nose I'm always going to go for. And I don't know what that shirt is, but it looks great, so we'll go with that. We will go with my lady again, and because Minerva is now dead, we'll go for Athena. Let's go with mythological names, because why not? We don't get to name damn ships, we want to name ourselves. Something crazy. Start game. It's quite sad, isn't it? Oh, wait, what? A moment of reflection. Choose a facet. Grow stronger. Also, we can add to our traits. I think, like, I've already got pretty high in heart and in mirrors, so maybe that's what I want to focus on. Get more heart and more mirrors. What's this? A scandal? You were the gossip of London saloons and the target of blistering editorials in the Gazette. Mad, they said. Bad, they said. Dangerous to know. What was the incident that exposed you to the buffeting winds of public opinion? Oh, this is hilarious. You know what? Torrid affairs. Secret letters. Warm and yearning. Furtive assignments where desires, among other things, could be unlaced. Oh my, the reports were salacious. Or the parade of debauchery. Absinthe, wantonness, more absinthe, brawling, gambling, blasphemy and slander. Absinthe and prisoner's honey. Prisoner's honey alone. Prisoner's honey in company. Is there a vice you haven't explored? It's possible. There are only so many hours of the day. You know what? I'm gonna go with that. That sounds hilarious. Besides, it gives me more mirrors and hearts, and that's kind of like what I've already got the strength in. So I might as well continue with that, right? And that just sounded hilarious. Let's go for it. So I guess I can kind of like earn these sort of traits sort of stuff. Can I get more of them? I guess not. But whatever. My profile lists all the aspects of my abilities and stuff. Alright, a scrub clerk begs a moment of your time. I represent Halliger's, the banking house. I promise this will only take a moment of your unquestionably valuable time. He produces a faulty contract with a flourish. We hear promising things about you, my lady. Very promising indeed. We would like to extend our services. We provide secure solutions for the storage of your assets, absolute discretion, and steadfastness unto death and beyond. We require only a signature. Sign your name. Okay, sure. The offer is entirely complimentary, I assure you. At Helliges, we measure ourselves on the quality of our clientele. Right, it unlocks the bank vault, so I guess that's kind of important. There, it is done. I am certain that it represents the beginning of a long and warm relationship between ourselves and your lineage. May it endure. I bid you good day, my lady. Lovely. I now have a bank. Because, everyone needs a bank. I'm going to recruit the driver again, because I need one. And I will also, because I need the officer, so I'll assign them. I will take the inspector again and look for the damn station again, because, she'll give me some money. I'll take her. So it's like I get a new lineage, but then everything else is pretty much the same, which I think is pretty awesome, because it does make things a lot easier. I'm going to have a look at the bazaar and take the prospects. So both of them are for Magdalene's, and they're in the west. But I need to find these things before I can take it to them, which is where the problem is, I guess. And I have 4 fuel and 3 supplies. I might get 1 more supply, because, I don't want to end up dead again, because that would suck. Alright, I think we're just about to leave. I will be really honest, I am so tempted to investigate this black box, but we promised the captain, regardless of whether it was previous captain or not, because Minerva's dead and now we're on to Athena, that we weren't going to open it, that we were going to just deliver it. So that's what we're going to do. It was what was asked of us from her will. So we're going. Why does it have a little thing on it? Okay, I already know this. Oh my god, that's all I've got. Dear Lord. Okay, so where am I taking this girl? I'm just going to deliver this damn woman because I'm sick of her. Where's the lady, the inspector? In the northwest of New Winchester. Okay, so this time we are going to go up this way, I think. I wish we could pluck a point or something, but we can't, so we have to keep looking at the map. I know there's shortcuts, but I don't tend to use them. And I will be honest, I've been also playing a lot of Frostpunk, I think it's called? Yeah, Frostpunk. I've never been really big into RTSs, mostly because it's just so confusing and they're so big and there's a whole war, but I do love the survival and the building aspect of them. And I didn't like the conquering aspect, which is why, I didn't really get into Civilization all that much and stuff. But I've heard good things about Frostpunk and basically decision making and the morality behind it. So I've given it a go, and it's awesome. It's also a game I can play in bed, and I've not been feeling very well of yesterday and today. So I've literally been staying in bed with my laptop playing Frostpunk. I finished the campaign on the easiest setting, the first story, and I'm doing a second story again on the easiest setting. I will eventually, increase the difficulty. I'm just easing myself into it, Besides, the Superstorm thing is serious freaking business. My people nearly starved by the end of it. And I don't really want to break the generator, because there's a generator that you're trying to build a city around. And the game is actually very, very pretty and very, very interesting. I'll definitely give you that. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do a let's play on that one, but hey. What? Snow whips your locomotive. Your strokers work double shift at the boiler. Okay, does that mean we're using more fuel? Because that ain't good. Oh, again the atmospheric music. Should I be scared again? Bad things happening. The sky closes its cold jaws about you, water freezes in the pipes, engineers scurry to and fro with boiling kettles. Well, if they're boiling kettles, the atmosphere will be a lot warmer, I'll definitely do that. Because like in winter, because I live in a, like a 1-bedroom unit, like apartment, it's fairly small. I love it. It was totally worth it. But the issue with it is that because I live, the floors are like tiles and stuff, I don't have carpet, which is why you get so much echo, by the way, with the mic. So it's a bit cold, and one of the ways that I literally warm myself up is sometimes like making soup or baking, because it actually warms up the whole house. It's quite lovely. Anyway, that was just like really on the side. I'm going to start cutting out a lot of these traveling scenes, I think, unless something interesting happens. And I think this is part of the reason why some people might just not like this game, because there is a lot of these slow travel. But what I'm finding with the slow travel is that there is a certain amount of like fear, because I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't know, I can't see. By the way, I'm skipping all through all this because we've done this before. But I am a little bit terrified of what might be next, like what might be coming along the corner, because you can't see that far ahead. There is no little radar that shows you where all the enemies are, and it's so easy to get blown up because I'm just not good with the combat. So there is a bit of sense of anticipation and atmosphere there that I really do quite appreciate, even if I am mildly terrified of it. But I can see why some people, because I did go to the Steam website and I did read some reviews and stuff, and amongst the glowing reviews, obviously there's some bad reviews, and I think one of the bad reviews literally said, I wanted the ships to go faster. It was really boring because I couldn't move fast enough. I was like, I think you're kind of missing the point there to a certain extent. I mean, if they're really good gamers and they can navigate the ship really, really well, then obviously they won't have a problem like I do. But at the same time, it's about the atmosphere, it's about the world, it's about the writing, which honestly sends me straight back to like my obsession with romanticist poets. And it makes me happy. Like, this game just makes me happy, and I love everything about it so far. I will definitely say something about the combat bit though, because I'm not very good at it, but I do love it. I do really, really enjoy this game so far. And it's a mild problem because obviously I'm doing it as a Let's Play and I'm voicing it, and it's like, there's a lot of lines to read and I'm terrible at reading things. And how far am I going before I find anything? I mean, but then I do get the sense of the vastness and the emptiness of the skies and the dangers. It's very Red Dead in that way. I think we're coming across somewhere lighter, perhaps? Safer? Or more dangerous? Because I'm getting the idea that maybe the more of the edges of the world we get to, the more dangerous it gets. Oh god. Do you hear the growling? Is that you growling? I hear growling. Are we going to explode again? We're going to explode again. Oh my god. This is what I mean about the terror bit. I am so fucking scared. There might not be jump scares, but I am a little bit nervous and anxious right now. There's like, you know what? It might just be the sound of the port that we're coming across soon, hopefully. It might just be like that the sky distorts the noises into something that sounds terrifying. Yeah? Is this the place I can stop? No? Oh, it's very jungly, this area. Wait, there's something there. It's got a gravestone on it, so something grave, it says. Last time it was something grave, it was like a signal box that was abandoned, and it had like loot that I could take if I needed to. So maybe something like that? I do not know. Is it this thing? Oh my goodness. I think it was this thing. Eleanor Green. Thanks to a coat of vines, the overgrown signal box of this Isambard line retains its structural integrity, if not its dignity. An abandoned signal box. The window frames serve as trellis for vines circumventing the signal box. The plant stems resemble high, thick twine, giving the building an appearance of hurriedly wrapped parcel. That's kind of adorable, really. Beneath, a desk covered in rusted levers is a luggage trunk. That's the same as the normal. You detect a whiff of cigarette smoke as you enter. A man in grey uniform and grey bowler rises from a chair. Evening. I don't suppose you're looking for a signal. He doesn't sound hopeful. How long has he been waiting here? He can increase my mirrors by 6 and my veils by 2 and my villainy by 1. I can read the ledger. I'm going to read the ledger because that gives me sky stories. I now have one vision of heaven that is not very useful. The writing is blotched and smeared. We've already read this one before, so I'm not going to read that one again. I'm not going to take the cash because my supply is okay still. But I am going to take this signalman, because why not? A break from duty. He is startled by your response. Oh, right. Was expecting you to say no, to be honest. You asked what he was doing here. I worked the Simbad line. I'm the last one, I suppose. Hitch rides between the boxes, make repairs, sweep up a bit. But I could do with a change of scene. He seems unsure. Well, I better get my things together. He picks up a modest hole and checks his hat on his head. Yes, I think that's everything. After you, my lady. So I can appoint him to be my signaller when we get to a port. But let's leave because I'm not going to raid the cache. Okay, I'm going to send out my bat because we need to start figuring out where we're going. Oh, nothing to report. Something to crave. Right, let's go ahead and do that. That sounds interesting. Incautious driver. Is that no? Slightly different from the one I crashed into. What? Crashed into some dock. What? A homestead? Settlers? Oh. Who live far beyond the edge of civilization relish the hardship of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. The hull of an old train has been broken up and used as building materials for this homestead. The farmhouse chimneys once belonged to a locomotive and is disproportionately large for a tiny home. Yeah, you know, if we had the uncanny specimen that we got before we died, we could have traded with them, but we can't, so we're going to leave. My terror has been reduced though, so that's good. Okay, where are we now? How much north do I have to go? That way? Or this? I'm gonna go this way. I'm just gonna go up this way, see what's here, and then maybe look around and go up. It said northwest, right? I'm not imagining that. This is so hard. Northwest of New Winchester. Did I just like go past it? I seriously hope not. But I like this area. It's nicer compared to the one where the freaking storm was and there was like tentacled monsters. I suppose I could like eventually upgrade my ship and stuff, but I don't know how I'm going to do that, to be honest, because so far I've made no money. I've lost money, I've spent money, but I have not made money. Not made bank, as they say. I feel like this is more just going west. Well, you know what? I'm just going to go over here and have a look, and then if not, I'll turn around. Supplies. We're low on supplies. Lovely, thank you. I was hoping to find port before we started that. A port where we can earn money would be better, because we have none. Uh-oh. Is this an enemy? Oh my! Oh my! Oh my. Oh my. Come on. That's me making a bad idea. Nope, that worked. Is that gonna attack me now? I don't think so. I'm going to delete this. Charista corpse. The swarm is a ruin of twitching legs and broken wings. Ew. One of the bees, a sigil on its back, occluded with ichor, begins a final tremulous song. Apparently the nectar is useful, so I'm going to try it. 100% of success of gaining experience, but nectar. Failure. I've lost the crew, but I did gain 18 sovereigns. Oh dear. Oh no! What the? I just rescued you, motherfucker! Oh, I'm going to go this way. It's going to run. You know what? Fight with the flighty things. How about you do that? There's more. There's more. There's more. There's more. There's more. More. Oh, there's way more! Oh my god! Whilst they kind of stick it out, how about we do the smart thing and we just, you know, leg it? Listen, the captain, there's something here, some paint zone. Yep, we know the bees are there, I can fucking see them. Oh my, there's a nest. Right. Oh! No, bees, bad bees. I'm so sorry for taking your honey. Can we go fast? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Kind advice, I do not need to know shit right now. I am so fucking scared. Oh god, there's more, there's more. I'm just going to quickly... Oh my, they're following, I'm so going to get oh my god, the noise is humongous. Then, how can I fast? They are being exercise quality. We might end up doing like seriously run away. Let's run. They're pretty territorial, but they don't seem to follow very far. So maybe I'll be able to get away. Oh my god, I did not realize that. We need to go around it, maybe? I don't have to get out of this area. What's behind it though? Everything time pauses when I look at the map. Go straight into another one. Oh yeah, we're in like a loopy area. So we need to get out of here. Oh god, no, don't attack me, don't attack me, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm so sorry I've got all your honey. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No. No. Oh god. Oh god. Oh dear lord. Is there anywhere I can go to? You know, I'm gonna go down this way. Magdalene's was west. Somewhere. That was... Oh no! Not that was! Because we're still in the middle of it. The bees are still there. Hey, you play with the bees. Good luck with that. I'm just going to leave you, the bees, and take my honey and get the fuck out of here. Oh my. This goes to tell you, bees are terrifying in real life and in game. Oh god. God, my heart rate is like massively raised. Oh no, there's more. Why? Seriously, why? Maybe this lot will leave me alone? Oh, there's another raider, because of course there is. I'm just going to go. I'm just gone. I'm just going. You guys can duke it out, I don't care. Salvage. I don't know what I salvaged. We seriously need to port. How does that need to work? We found the port! We found the port! I don't know where we found. Dock. Can we repair our ship here? LNS loading bay. Well, let's gather our port report. I don't think we can repair our ship here. The Leadbeater and Stain Road Nature Reserves is a national park maintained at great expense by the company. Scores of researchers come here to study the nature of the reach. Many visitors come here for a pleasant holiday. Pleasant holiday? There are fucking killer bees! They sink ship! I mean, locomotives. But we've got a port report now. Converse with fellow captains. What brings them out this way? For a few is the work provided by Leadbeaters and Stainrod. For the rest, the reason is the same. They're drawn by the beauty of the reserve. Some are here with tourists from across the empire, others here to give their crews respite. Others are simply passing and couldn't resist stopping in. Well, that's me. I was really hoping. Capabilities in quest. A clump of cabins used by Leadbeaters and Stainrod researchers as they plump and catalogue the secrets of the reserve. Enterprising captains might find work for the company here. Lovely. You know what? I think that will do for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my no's and lots of screaming. I do apologize for your eardrums. But anyway, I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. Mwah!